Hi, I'm Dr. Downey. Today, we're going to talk about healing, how it works, why it works, what's important and what's not. You'd think that in a topic this important, we would all know about healing. But even though we think we do, we've got a lot to learn, as you will see. Now, did any of you receive the instruction manual that came with you when you were born? I didn't either. Consider this the first few important chapters then. I believe you will find it enlightening. I'll even throw in a few personal observations. You see, the difference between this talk and others that you may hear is that I'm going to be giving you a lot of whys in this talk. In other words, I will teach you why something works, and then you can choose to do whatever you want with this information. Does that sound fair? Let's get started. The first huge concept, that it's human nature to want simple answers and quick fixes to all our problems, and not just in healthcare. In other words, black or white, never any gray. Well, if it was all black or white in the healthcare field, I wouldn't even have to give this talk, and things would be really simple for all of us. But you just go ahead, name me one treatment that works on everyone 100% of the time, and we'd all be doing it. Why can't you just have a stuffy nose and a scratchy throat that never develops into a cold? Or maybe just a touch of the flu, for instance. You do all the time. Just remember, it's rarely black or white in the healthcare arena, but mostly gray. Get that concept, and so many pieces of the puzzle begin to fall into place. Is normal body temperature, for instance, always 98.6 degrees? Or normal blood pressure, always 120/80? Not really. How many shades of gray are there in the human body, you ask? You're not going to like the answer, but here it is anyway. There exists the potential for as many shades of gray in the human body as there are people. Yikes! There is probably a reason that you are watching this video right now, and it's possible for that to be different for everyone. More on that later. Now, one thing you should know about me is that I've probably made more mistakes than any of you. If viewed at properly, however, a mistake is a way of learning something. You see, if a patient comes in to see me for a problem and I already knew what to do, I wouldn't have learned anything. It's our mistakes that cause us as physicians to scratch our heads, go back to the drawing board, and try and do better the next time. It's scary to think that most of what we've learned about health today has been from our mistakes, but it's true. Do you think the world's best cardiologist came fresh out of school and had all the answers? No. They became that way mostly from the lessons that they had to learn and the mistakes along the way. It's when we look at the common threads of those mistakes that we can begin to understand health, and that's just what we're going to do. So you might just want to stay with me. Did you know, for instance, that there are 3 main ways to heal the body, and not surprising, professions devoted to each? These ways are all important, and you would think that any physician would be smart enough to recognize this, but sadly, most don't, or won't. We will discuss these along with their strengths and weaknesses.